It's your man Jay Graves, publisher of JayGravesReport.com, the hottest sports blog around, where sports and real life collide. I wrote a joint a couple weeks ago called The Firm. It was about how players don't win championships, owners do. A lot of boys went at me on Twitter, tell me I'm crazy. But let me break it down to you, bro. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you're not playing for the right organization, you can't win a championship. I hear people all the time talking about LeBron James having won a championship. He's not this, he's not that. Well, you know what? The jury's still out on that. But I have to tell you, I'm going to break it down to you this way. LeBron, first 7 years in the league, he was playing for Cleveland, which is the worst franchise in the league. There was a brother named Michael Jordan, first 7 years in the league, he was with Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls probably the worst franchise in America at that time. And despite Mike's efforts, 60-point nights, crazy baseline moves, dunking on everybody, winning the dunk contest, all that, Mike wasn't winning no championships because Mike was with an organization that hadn't made moves yet. But in 1987, they said, hey, well, we picked up Scottie Pippen. Got Scottie, brought him in. But 2 years later, they figured out Doug Collins can't coach this guy. We need somebody that can come in and handle his ego, to be able to coddle Mike and take care of Mike, make sure everything works around Mike, bring the players in around Mike. Once they did that, 1989, brought in Phil Jackson, it was on and popping. They won 3 straight championships. Mike took a year off. That's a whole nother conversation. Then they came back, brought in Dennis Rodman, won 3 more. So don't begin to fool yourself and believe that Michael Jordan would have won 6 championships if he was playing in Atlanta, somewhere like that. I mean, let's keep it real. More than 50% of all the NBA titles have been won by 2 organizations. Boston's won 17, and LA's won 16. There's a reason for that, bruh. And the reason is those 2 organizations are better run than most of the organizations in the league. I mean, let's keep it real. There are a ton of guys that played in the league that were outstanding, legend, all world players, never won a championship because they played for the wrong organization. A la Charles Barkley stayed in Philadelphia too long, because Philadelphia wasn't doing anything until they brought in Moses Malone to ride with my man Dr. J. 1983 won a championship. After that, nothing, because they weren't making the right moves. Let's keep it real. Karl Malone played in Utah too long. Patrick Ewing played in New York for too long. And I know you will say, well, Patrick Ewing didn't win a championship because Michael Jordan was winning championships. Well, I had to say this, bro. Patrick Ewing played for 17 years. Michael Jordan only won 6 championships. So there were ample times and opportunities for him to win a championship. But he playing for a whack organization that can't make the moves. I mean, think about all the talent that's come through New York. But you didn't put the right players in the right place at the right time. Don't think for 1 minute that Dirk Nowitzki all of a sudden became a great player last year because they won a championship. They won a championship because Mark Cuban, for the last 4, 5, 6 years, been putting that thing together, making moves, putting the right players around Nowitzki, etc. Now they win a championship. Don't think for 1 minute, bruh, Kobe Bryant would have won 5 NBA titles if he was playing in Denver. Come on, bruh. I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, don't think for 1 minute that Kevin Garnett all of a sudden learned how to play basketball at the highest level when he went to Boston. I've been watching Kevin Garnett since he was in high school, Chicago. You know, when that guy came out of high school, he played with all the passion in the world. Went to Minnesota, played with all the passion in the world. But he was playing for one of the worst organizations in the league, so therefore he was wasting away. But when he went to Boston, First year, he wins the championship because Boston made the right moves, put the right players at the right place. He wins the championship, bro. So let's keep it real. It's your man Jay Graves from the JayGravesReport.com. You can read that joint. It's called The Firm. Holla at your boy. Hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport.com. Holla at your boy.